y'all can see, I got the Waco skyline as my backdrop today, and we got a special guest with us. We got Chad Stanley from Phil's Trailer Sales joining me tonight, and we're going to get to know another great local business owner. Chad, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the group and tell us a little bit about yourself.
You bet, Chip. Thanks. My name is Chad Stanley. I grew up here from Axtell. My wife works at the hospital here. My kids went to school here. Just kind of grown up in this area and been around here our entire life.
Yes, sir. Axtell Longhorns. There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
All right. So let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about Phil's Trailer Sales, your address, phone number, website, just however people can find you guys.
Absolutely. Phil's Trailer Sales, we're located at 3100 South Loop 340, Robinson, Texas. The telephone number is 254-752-6200. And the website is trailernut.com.
All right, good deal. So since all this stuff started going on with the current situation that we're in, economic and life crisis style, was your business affected immediately when all this went down?
Absolutely. Our business is slowed down. You know, nobody really knew what was going on and what to expect. And so sales and everything pretty much stopped for about the first 3 or 4 days, and then gradually started picking back up. But we're probably about half of where we normally are at this time of year.
Okay, and well, let's go ahead and talk about the business. What all do you guys do? What services do you offer, and what do you have for us?
Absolutely. We sell a variety of different types of trailers. We sell enclosed trailers, concession trailers. We sell dump trailers, utility trailers, all the way from your lawnmower trailers up to your hot shot equipment type trailers. So any kind of trailer we have them here in stock. Then we also do a lot of repair work, a lot of service work. We have factory trained techs here, so we can do anything from fixing a little light problem to completely reskinning and re-roofing a trailer. We can pretty much do anything here.
And since all this went down, have y'all changed your business up in any way, or is there some service that you're pushing right now since everybody's in this situation together?
Yes, sir. As things slowed down and we started seeing a lot of the businesses being shut down, a lot of just not a lot of movement here in Waco. They had shelter in place, and so what we've really pushed towards is a lot of the service work. We figured a lot of guys are not using their trailers; they're busy like we are normally, and don't have time to come over and get their bearings packed and to get the rewiring and to get things checked out on their trailer and get them serviced and ready to go for when things get busy again. So that's an area that we've been really pushing towards and kind of pushed our focus in that area.
Yeah, so you guys heard it. If you have a trailer that's been sitting around that you just haven't been able to get around to fixing, or now that you have time, go ahead and get it fixed, get it serviced, and once everything gets back to normal, it'll be ready to go and hit the road once everything's said and done. Now, what else are you guys involved with the trailers? Now, I know y'all do services, but so they bring them to you, right?
Absolutely.
To be serviced.
And we can go get them. We can come to the business. We can do a lot of different things. We also do the inspections here.
Okay.
Do your state inspection and stuff like that for you. We carry all the parts here because we got a lot of do-it-yourselfers here in Waco, and so we pretty much keep all the parts in stock to do any of that at home. Also.
Good deal. Now, what inspired you to jump into the trailer business? What is it that kind of cranked all this up, Phil's Trailer Sales?
I was I guess it's 15, 20 years ago, a buddy of mine, a manufacturer was coming here to Waco, and they were looking for a sales rep, and he called me and asked me if I'd be interested in it. And so I was a factory sales rep for probably 7, 8 years. And it's actually a little bit longer ago than that. Then I'm sitting there putting the numbers together, but I was a factory rep for a long time, and traveling all over the country, teaching people how to set up dealerships and how to maintain them, what to stock, inventory level, and stuff like that. And I spent a lot of time out of the suitcase behind the windshield, driving up and down the road. And
Yeah.
as time wore on, I could see a need here in Waco, and I might as well put what I had learned into effect.
Yeah. Well, you told me something before we jumped on here that piqued my interest and I thought was really cool. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about that award you got, you know, the biggest, that's cool. I feel like people should know that here in Waco. It's something to be proud of, even as a city, you know.
Absolutely. We just last week we got a certificate from Statistical Data Survey, which is basically they take all the trailer registrations in the United States and compile all the info. And this is the second year in a row that we had gotten the award for being the largest dealer in the state of Texas. Actually, we're the largest dealer in the United States as far as retail sold trailers. Right here in Waco, so that's kind of exciting for us.
Yeah, right here in Waco. We got the biggest trailer dealer in Waco. That's cool.
Help us go, you know, it's been a.
And so since it's been a few weeks now, is there any advice that you'd like to give, like even to business owners, consumers, just anybody out there that's listening and might need to hear it?
That's a tough question there, Jim. You know, we're all in this together, you know, and that's one thing to keep in mind. And one thing that we all have to remember is that everybody's going through it in some sort of way. You know, we looked at, when this first started, when they first announced the restaurants were closed, you know, I posted out there, hey, make sure you visit your restaurants here local, buy gift certificates or something. And then the more I started realizing everybody's affected by this. And so, you know, I think that's one thing as business owners and as communities, we need to remember that it doesn't matter what job you have or what business you have, everybody's affected by this. So let's try to all be understanding and help each other get through it, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take us all as a group to get through it.
Yeah, for sure. We all need to come together and move forward as a community. Now and again, this is something we were discussing before we came on, but I didn't know that these trailers you were buying were being built here in Waco. What was that number you were telling me about that? Because that's just amazing in itself when it comes to community.
Right, and when you first started this group, I was one of the first ones that saw it and said, man, I really like the group because it's very important to us. And what we do is 75% of our trailer sales, our revenue is trailers that are all manufactured right here in Waco. And so each plant, whether it's Continental Cargo, Hallmark, Wells Cargo, they're all built right here in Waco. Each plant has over 125 to 150 employees. So we like to think of supporting 300 families here in Waco every time we buy a trailer from the plants. Every time that we sell a trailer here, it's all to benefit the local.
I mean, keeping your business local is already implemented with your company. I
Absolutely,
see that.
and it's just full circle. And so, you know, it's something that we do a little bit different than most dealers. Is we really focus on to make sure that all of our stuff, we buy everything that we can here locally. So.
Yeah, I mean that right there is the best advice I feel like anybody could give, because if there is some place here in Waco that's producing what you need, there's no need to go spend your money somewhere else online or to somewhere you have no clue who's getting the money or who you're supporting. We have everything we need right here in our city, you know, majority of what we need right here in our city, and we can come together and support these businesses as a whole and keep our economy so strong that it doesn't get affected when situations like this happen.
Very important to make sure we keep as many dollars here as we can and not to ship them out elsewhere. You know, it's so important to us. And we realized that from the very beginning when we started the dealership, that was the most important focus that we could do is, can we continue? Because we're just trying to keep the money pumping here locally. And so they keep buying, basically.
Yes, sir. Now, is there anything that we've missed that we talked about before this that you'd like to talk about?
No, got me out of my comfort zone and was talking about things I didn't think we were going to talk about. I thought that was just me and you talking, but I didn't think we were talking about the awards and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
no, I think, we pretty much covered everything that we were talking about there. I mean, we're here, whatever you guys need.
Yeah, well, for one, everybody here appreciates you coming and getting out of your comfort zone, and because it's been motivational just hearing what you guys do and how strong you guys are, and gives me pride for my city knowing that we have the biggest trailer sales company in Waco. I mean, that's an amazing thing. Now let me see if we got any questions here before we sign off. It looks like, well, we only had one. Sammy was asking, what kind of marketing do you use to get your numbers so big? That's kind of what we had discussed earlier too, actually.
Sure, absolutely. We do a lot of internet marketing. We do a lot of local advertisement here. We do a lot of sponsorships with sports teams, stuff like that. We actually do some sponsorships in the different fields, in the racing fields, and that kind of tailor some of the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
But it's mainly our internet marketing, our website optimization. We drive a lot to our website.
Mm-hmm.
We utilize the platforms of eBay. We use the platforms of Facebook, Craigslist, just different marketing avenues there.
Oh yeah. The internet has tons of avenues of marketing. The social media has definitely been blowing up lately as well. Well, that's cool. It looks like everybody else is just saying what an amazing company you are. So that's the only question I saw. So for now, we'll go ahead and sign off. Chad, man, I really appreciate you coming on with me. This has been a great interview. You want to go ahead and sign off and say goodbye?
You bet. Thanks a lot, Chip.